coming to you with video number 2 in our National Poetry Month series. I hope you've enjoyed the other video we put up, and hopefully there will be at least one more, depending on how many more people send me information. So get out there and read some poems. Thank you for stopping by.
Anyone lived in a pretty how town, with up so floating many bells down, spring, summer, autumn, winter. He sang his didn't, he danced his did. Women and men, both little and small, cared for anyone, not at all. They sowed their isn't, they reaped their same. Sun, moon, stars, rain. Children guessed, but only a few, and down they forgot as up they grew. Autumn, winter, spring, summer, that no one loved him more by more. When by now, and tree by leaf, she laughed his joy, she cried his grief. Bird by snow, and stir by still, anyone's any was all to her. Someone's married their everyone's, laughed their cryings and did their dance, sleep, wake, hope, and then they said their nevers. They slept their dream. Sun, moon, stars, rain, and only the snow can begin to explain how children are apt to forget to remember, with up so floating many bells down. One day anyone died, I guess, and no one stooped to kiss his face. Busy folk buried them side by side, little by little, and was by was. All by all, and deep by deep, and more by more they dreamed their sleep. No one and anyone, earth by April, wish by spirit, and if by yes. Women and men, both dong and ding, summer, autumn, winter, spring, reaped their sowing, and went their came. Sun, moon, stars, rain.
This is how my day goes. I think a little, read and write a little, do a little singing, a little laughing. Also, have myself a little cry, and then, only then, when tears become tasty and filling, do I burst into a truly side-splitting laugh. That's the wisest hour of my day.
The Teacher by Jim Metcalf. Walk slowly, little one, and let me walk beside you. As you see the wonders you will see, and I will try to see them through your eyes. Eyes still fresh and beauty-seeking, eyes that do not hide behind the dimming veil of ugliness. Tell me what you see when birds fly by, when buds of green appear on April's trees. Tell me about the ripples on the pond and the colors of the flowers. There is so much I need to know, so much I have forgotten. I remember only how to look. I do not remember how to see. So let me walk along with you and share the world you know. I will be the learner. You will be the teacher.
Bride by Christine Garren. I waited for a long time, long enough that the field trees blossomed, and the animal, pastured for years, lowered its spine into the grass and died. The pond turned into a sheet of pollen. I waited through the spring, and before that I had waited. And when I walked through the grass to see the animal's corpse, there were no maggots, just grass and the wind, a purity you can't imagine. And still, you won't come here with me, when I keep smoothing out a place beside me on the granite bench.
The Orange Bears. The orange bears with soft, friendly eyes, who played with me when I was 10. Christ, before I left home, they'd had their paws smashed in the rolls, their backs seared by hot slag, their soft, trusting bellies kicked in, their tongues ripped out, and I went down through the woods to the smelly crick with Whitman in the Haldeman Julius edition, and I just sat there worrying my thumbnail into the cover. What did he know about orange bears with their coats all stunk up with soft coal and the National Guard coming over from Wheeling to stand in front of the mill gates with drawn bayonets, jeering at the strikers? I remember you could put daisies on the windowsill at night, and in the morning they'd be so covered with soot you couldn't tell what they were anymore. A hell of a fat chance my orange bears had.
Scissors aren't the answer. What's a doll to do? By Matthea, Harvey. The dotted lines go everywhere, up the ceiling and around the chandelier, down the basement steps and straight into the lint tray. In some places the lines are black, like the ones that reframe each framed ancestral photograph on my wall of ancestral photographs. In others they are silvery, hard to see in bright light. I avoid those rooms. I shuffle around in my paper slippers, tiptoe over the envelopes fanning out from the mail slot. I sit in the second floor window and watch leashes strain between dogs and people. I keep the volume on the stereo low. Sometimes, late at night, a car, wild, impervious, guns by, swerving in and out of its lane. The next morning, the pansies are redotted with dew.
The Park Drunk by Robertson. He opened his eyes to a hard frost, the morning's soft amnesia of snow. The thorned stems of gorse are starred crystal, each bud like a candied fruit, its yellow picked out and lit by the low pulse of blood orange riding in the eastern trees. What the snow has furred to silence, uniformity, frost amplifies, makes singular, giving every form a sound, an edge, as if frost wants to know what snow tries to forget. And so he drinks for winter, for the coming year, to open all the beautiful tiny doors in their crackler of frost. And he drinks like the snow falling, trying to close the biggest door of all.